Hello, scholars, and welcome back. I'm a little bit nervous to be on the screen because I'm hesitant about my new hairstyle. I really want to bust it out, but I also think I look a little cuckoo, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So I'm sending myself love, showing confidence. Hello, what's up? Check out the height on this guy. Pretty incredible, huh? All right, so let's dive into this next video. I would love to hear your thoughts on my hair and if I should do it like this more often. Maybe we could do something where if you guys crush the IA, I'll wear my hair like at school like this one day. That would be pretty epic, even though it would make me really embarrassed. All right, video number 5, writing equations. Now, there are 2 different videos we're going to watch about writing equations. Today's video is about additive, meaning like we're adding something or we can subtract something. That's why it says y is equal to x plus p. So let's read this problem. We have to really have good comprehension, which means we have to really understand what's happening to then write an equation. Remember, these are not expressions anymore. One side is going to equal the other. That's why it's equation. That's why there's this equal sign here. So let's check this out. A recipe calls for 6 cups of water. Lanaya has already put W cups of water into the bowl. She put 1 2/3 more cups in the crock pot to complete the recipe. So we know that she needs 6, and she's already put some in there, and then she put some more. But I know that 6 is the total because that's what the recipe needs. So 6 is kind of standing by itself. So when I write this equation, I want to literally have 6 by itself on the one side. So I'm going to write 6 because that's what the recipe calls for. Then I'm going to put my equal sign because we know it's an equation. And then it's going to say she's already put some cups of water into the bowl, and then she puts some more. Remember, more typically means addition because it's like we're putting in more. So then the right side of my equation is going to be W because that's our mystery. That's what we're solving for. And then we're going to add, because she's putting more in, 1 2/3. That is our equation. Remember, it's an equation because it has this equal sign right here. It's balancing this side and this side. Let's make sure we get that one more time. Our recipe calls for 6 cups of water. That's just by itself. That's the total. That's going to be on the left side. Then she's already put something in there, which is a mystery. That's the W. And then she's going to put more or add 1 2/3. Remember, scholars, you can write this in either way. You could also write W plus 1 2/3 equals 6. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Both sides are just the same. Okay? Now, when I look at this equation, I can see that she added 1 2/3 to some water and it made 6. So I kind of want to figure out what W is because it says how many cups did Lanaya start with, because she put some in and then she put more in that we know, and now we know there's 6 total. So I want to solve for this number. Now, we know that the opposite of addition is subtraction. So when I add to this 1 2/3, I actually now want to take it away. So I want to take 1 2/3 away from both sides of the equation to figure out what W is. Because W is now going to be by itself, and I can actually solve for what W is. There's 2 ways we've been practicing doing this in class. I'm going to do both right now. I want you to write down both on your paper, but you guys can pick which way makes more sense to you. Option 1 is more of like the 5th grade, more visual way. I can actually draw 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how many total cups she needs. Now, she's already put some in there that we know. We know she's put 1 2/3. So I can take away 1, and then I'm going to split this one into thirds because the denominator is thirds, and I'm going to take away 2 of these. So when I count what's left, she still needs 1, 2, 3, 4 whole cups of water. And I know it's divided into thirds, and I took away 2 out of 3/3, so there's going to be 1/3 left. So that's one way that I could figure out how many cups of water Lanaya started with a picture. Or I could do something really cool that I know Rihanna showed me, and a lot of scholars do it this way, which is really sweet. She does this. She writes 6, take away 1 2/3. Now the problem is she actually has no thirds to take these 2/3 away from. So she kind of regroups like we would do with normal subtraction, but she does it in a cool way. So she says, let's take this 6 and change him to a 5. And every whole number, there's 3 out of 3, so I can make this 3/3. So all I did is I took 1 away and converted it into a fraction, 3 out of 3 is the same as 1. So then it's 3/3 take away 2/3, which is just 1/3, and 5 take away 1, which is 4, which perfectly matches this side. So you can do one way or the other, whichever way feels better for you. But I want you to write down both ways so you can kind of see the different strategies. I can also check my work and be like, okay, does that actually make sense? So I can do 4 1/3, which is what Lanaya started with, and add 1 2/3 because I want to make sure I get my full recipe. 4 and 1 make 5. 1/3 and 2/3 make 3/3. 3/3 is the same thing as a whole, so this is really like 6, and that's what it says she needs for the recipe. So what we just did, we took an equation, we wrote it, made sure it matched from left to right. We have to have those things balanced, and then we solve by using the inverse operation. If we're adding, we'll subtract. If we're multiplying, we'll divide. Make sure you guys do problems A and B, rock it out, and please let me know what you think about the hair. Heyo. Oh, also, if you'd like to be brave and do your hair like this too, let me know. I'm trying to start a trend. #trending, #so cool. Yeah.